Welcome friends, I am Dr. VK Chauhan, homeopathic physician. We are revising homeopathic remedy Pulsatilla nigricans. Its common name is anemone, Pulsatilla parenthesis, wildflower, and it belongs to vegetable kingdom and its natural order is Ranunculaceae. The remedy was proved by Dr. Hahnemann. This is part 8A MCQ review, and the MCQs are coming up from UPSC, PSC and MD examinations have been already conducted with main references from Allen's keynote. So let us go to the first MCQ. It tells us of the below, who said, we often hear patient classified on snap judgment as a pulsatilla patient, a nux vomica patient, or perhaps a phosphorus patient. Because of the general build and coloring associated with these remedies, many mistakes have been made in prescribing on this so-called type method. The question comes from Kerala Public Service Commission. Subject is Organon Re-examination 2005, and the variables they are number 1 H.A. Roberts, B is Kent, variable C is Stuart Close, and variable D is Hahnemann. The answer is A, and we find this reference coming from the writings of Dr. H.A. Roberts and when he is dealing about the temperaments. So the choice A is a correct choice. Let us go to MCQ 2, and here it tells us pains are drawing, tearing, erratic, rapidly shifting from one part to another is in. Question comes from Kerala Public Service Commission for the post of lecturer. Subject is repertory and it is 2004. Variable A tells us calcium bichromicum. Variable B is lac caninum. Variable C is pulsatilla nigricans. And variable D tells us all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. Let us go to the reference and we come to the pulsatilla section, and here we find pains, drawing, tearing, erratic, rapidly shifting from one part to another, and in bracket we find there is calibi, lacan, magnesium aceticum. These are the remedies. So we find the choice D, all of above is a correct choice, and this reference is from Allen's keynote. We go to MCQ 3, and here calibi is antidote to. Again, the question comes from KPSC for the post of lecturer. Subject is repertory 2004. First variable A is arsenic album, variable B is Lachesis mutus, and C variable is Pulsatilla nigricans, and variable D is all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above, and we go to the reference under calibi. We find relationship antidotes arsenic, Lachesis, and Pulsatilla, and reference comes from relationship of remedies Gibson Miller. However, if you examine boric materia medica, you will not find this reference there. Similarly, Allen's keynote also do not give this important information. MCQ 4. It tells us which of the following drugs crave sympathy from others. Question comes from Kerala Public Service Commission for the post of lecturer in the subject of Materia Medica 2004. And here we go. Variable A, Ignatia amara. Variable B, Natrium muriaticum. Variable C, Pulsatilla nigricans. And variable D is Arnica montana. The answer is C, Pulsatilla nigricans. And let us go to the reference. Under Pulsatilla, we find in the mind section likes, sympathy, and the reference comes from Boric Materia Medica. Again in mind section, craves sympathy. The symptom is taken up from Phatak Materia Medica. Sympathy, craves. We have two drugs, phosphorus and Pulsatilla. The reference comes from Boning Hassan's repertory under chapter Mind. So our choice of Pulsatilla appears to be a correct choice here. We go to MCQ 5 and here we have a very gentle and soft spoken lady tearfully complains of wandering pains in both the extremities. Since her puberty, she lived with chill feeling, thirstless, and a sense of comfort in an open area outside the room. Which one of the following is the indicated remedy? Question comes from UPSC 2006 examination. We have variable A, sepia, variable B, pulsatilla, variable C is platina, and variable D is kalium bromic bichromicum. The answer is B, the pulsatilla. So let us go and construct Pulsatilla. Here in the opening lines we find a very gentle and soft spoken lady tearfully complains. This is statement strongly suggestive of constitutional type of Pulsatilla lady. Then comes complaints of wandering pains in both the extremities. The Pulsatilla complaints are always shifting and changing in location. It further The further narration goes as since her puberty, it is the onset of her complaints, which dates back to the onset of puberty, typical of Pulsatilla. She lived with chill feeling. Typically, Pulsatilla has got chilly sensations. Thirstlessness, once again, Pulsatilla is a thirstless subject. It is further verified. And the sense of comfort in open area outside the room. Pulsatilla subject is better in open air. So we conclude that the above step by step narration going in favor of one and only drug, the pulsatilla. So our choice appears to be a correct choice. Let us go to the MCQ 6 and here we find consolation aggravates is not a symptom of which one of the following. Consolation aggravate is not a symptom of which one of the following. Question coming from Union Public Service Commission, Delhi, 2006. And the first variable A is sepia, B is lilium tigricum, and C is for silesia, and D stands here for pulsatilla. The choice or the answer is D. Let us go and recall under Kent's repertory, we find mind section, consolation aggravates. We have ignatia, netromure, sepia, silesia, and the emulration, consolation emulrates. We have pulsatilla second grade, and here we find D. Pulsatilla is the correct choice. And let us go to the next MCQ. MCQ 7 dash is indicated for changeable stool. Public Service Commission, West Bengal 91 to 1900, 1991. Variable A, Pulsatilla parenthesis. Variable B is Nux vomica. And here comes C, Mercurus solubilis. And D tells us the variable Argentum nitricum. Answer is A, Pulsatilla parenthesis. And let us go for the recall. Under Pulsatilla, we find diarrhea, and here we find usually at night watery greenish yellow, very changeable, and this is the reference which comes from Allen's keynote. We go to MCQ 8 and here we find Pulsatilla nigricans is indicated under class. Is this Rajasthan Public Service Commission 2008 examination? And this question is coming from pharmacy, and here the variable A is class 1, variable B is class 3, variable C tells us class 4, and variable D is for class 2. The answer is B, class 3. Let us go for the reference. Pulsatilla nigricans falls under the vegetable source of the drug under class 3. The reference is from Augmented Textbook of Homeopathic Pharmacy by D.D. Banerjee, page 255, and it is from the second edition. MCQ 9. The first grade remedy for cough after measles in Kent's repertory. Question is coming from Andhra MD Homeo Entrance Examination 2000. And here the first variable A is the carbovage, B is arnica, C is pulsatilla, and D is cuprum metallicum. The answer is C, pulsatilla. Let us recall, we go to Kent's repertory in the section of cough, we find measles during, we have second grade remedy, copia, and we have daytime aggravation, cuprum, eruption develops which ameliorate again cuprum, a third grade remedy representation is here, and after measles we find two first grade remedy drosera and pulsatilla, and here we find variable C, pulsatilla is the only remedy which has no other competition, so our choice of pulsatilla appears to be the correct choice. So let us go to the MCQ number 10, and here it tells us mumps metastasis to mama or testicle is one of the peculiar symptoms of. Question is from MD Entrance NHMC 2009, and the first variable is A, pulsatilla, variable B is belladonna, variable C is mercsol, and variable D is rustox. The choice is A, pulsatilla. So let us go for a recall. The great dryness of mouth in the morning without thirst, and then it tells us mumps, metastasis to mama or testicles. This reference is coming from Allen's keynote. So choice of pulsatilla appears to be the correct one. MCQ 11. Which one of the following drugs craves sympathy from others? It is from MD Entrance NHMC 2010 examination. Variable A is Ignatia, B Natremure, C is Pulsatilla, and D is Arnica montana. The answer is C. It stands for Pulsatilla, and let us recall, craves sympathy from others is found under Kent's as Kent's repertory, mind section, consolation aggravates, and we find amelioration Pulsatilla second grade representation. So choice C is correct choice. MCQ 12. Here we find chemical analog of Pulsatilla is. Question comes from MD Entrance NHMC 2012 examination. Variable A is Kali sulf, B is Kali bai, C is Kali mur, and D is Kali iodide. The answer is C, Kali mur. And let us go for reference Pulsatilla. Under relationship we find Complementary is Kalimur, and Kalimur is its chemical analog. Reference is coming from Allen's keynote. We go to the MCQ 13 and it tells us consider the following. Question comes from UPSC HMO RO examination 2016. Statement 1 tells us Nux vomica is a preeminently a medicine for men and Pulsatilla for women. Statement 2 tells us Nux vomica person is careful and zealous and Pulsatilla woman is of changeable disposition. Which of the following is the correct in respect of the above statement? And we have variable A. Both statement 1 and 2 are true and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. Now we go to the variable B. Statement 1 and statement 2 are true, but statement 2 is not the correct explanation of statement 1. Variable C tells us a statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. And variable D tells us statement 1 is false, but statement 2 is true. And the answer is A, where we find both statement 1 and statement 2 are true, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. And this reference comes from Leaders in Homeopathic Therapeutics by E.B. Nash. We go to MCQ 14. Consider the following. It is from UPSC HMO RO examination 2016. Statement 1. Kali sulf is known as Sushler's Pulsatilla. Statement 2 tells us that like Pulsatilla, Kali sulf has wandering pains and thick yellow mucus discharge, but like Pulsatilla, Kali sulf is extremely irritable. Which of the following is correct in respect of the above statement? Variable A, both statement 1 and 2 are true and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. Variable B, both statement 1 and statement 2 are true, but statement 2 is not the correct explanation of statement 1. Now we go to variable C. Statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. And variable D tells us statement 1 is false, but statement 2 is true. And we go for the answer, and answer is A. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are true, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. So friends, we can go to the next MCQ, that is 15th, and it tells us that match the list 1 medicine with list 2 complementary and select the correct answer using the codes given below the list. And it is in AIAPGT 2018. The list 1 is medicine and list 2 is complementary. We have A. Stenamate, which is corresponding to Ruta, B. Calcareophos corresponding to Pulsatilla, C. Kalicarb corresponding to Chamomilla, and D is Magcarb corresponding to Carbovage. Now we have the code, and this code has got four variables A, B, C, D. A variable has got A2, B1, C4, and D3. B variable stands for A1, B3, C2, and D4. And C variable stands here for A3, B2, C1, and D4. And variable D stands for A2, B3, C1, and D4. The answer is A, variable A, A2, B1, C4 and D3. Let us verify this particular fact. Let us match the list 1 with list 2, and this relationship has been worked up from relationship of remedies given in Gibson Miller. So list 1 and list 2 we have Stenum Met has got Pulsatilla is the complementary medicine. For B we have Ruta, the complementary medicine. And Kali Carb has got Carbovage, the complementary, and D part Mac Carb has Chamomilla as complementary medicine. Friends, let us go to the next MCQ 16. And according to William Borick, this remedy can be given when pulsatilla fails in schoolgirls. AIA PGT 2019, this question comes and variable A tells us calcarea phos, variable B tells us natrum mur, variable C stands for kali carb, and variable D is calcarea carb. And we have the answer D, calcarea carb. Let us work for that calcarea carbonica relationship, and please read calcarea is useful when pulsatilla fails in school girls. And this reference again comes from Boric Materia Medica. We have MCQ 17, shifting type of pain in multiple joints. The drug is, the question comes from Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission Homeopathic Medical Officer Examination 2007. First variable is A, Hypericum, B variable Veratrum album, variable C stands for Pulsatilla, and variable D stands for Calendula, and the answer is C, Pulsatilla. Let us recall, under Pulsatilla, pains, drawing, tearing, erratic, rapidly shifting from one part to another, and here we find the reference comes from Allen's keynote. So appears to be C is the correct choice. MCQ 18, in incontinence of urine, patient feels no desire when lying on the sides, passes involuntarily when attempts to lie on the back. This question comes from Tamil Nadu PSC HMO 2009. First variable A is sepia, B is gelsemium, C is pulsatilla, and D is none of these. The answer is C, pulsatilla. Let us recall, under pulsatilla, under the section urine, she cannot lie on the back without having a desire to urinate. She may go all night without urinating if she does not lie on the back. But the minute she turns on her back, she is awakened by the desire to urinate, and she feels as if she does not hurry, she will pass it involuntarily. The reference is coming from lectures on homeopathic materia medica by J.T. Kent. The MCQ 19, friends, it tells us the fixed idea of pulsatilla. Question comes from Tamil Nadu PSC HMO 2013, and the first variable is like animal moving in abdomen. B, sexual intercourse is a crime. C, one will commanding to do and one will commanding not to do. So there is a conflict. And D is none of these. The answer is B, sexual intercourse is a crime. Recall Pulsatilla, and we go to things that the sexual act is a sinful act. Company of opposite sex is dangerous thing. Aversion to marriage. And the reference is coming from page 104 textbook of Applied Materia Medica by J.D. Patil. So this appears to be the correct choice. So friends, thank you very much for patient listening.